ロサンゼルスドジャースの山本由伸が MLB ポストシーズンで完投勝利を挙げ、米国の複数の番組で称賛の声が広がっています。米国代表監督を務めたマーク・デローサ氏は番組内で山本を MLB トップクラスの投手と位置づけ、メンタルの強さ、配球の妙、試合中のアジャスト能力を徹底分析しました。打者有利とされるミルウォーキーの本拠地で、山本は全てを打ち砕いたと述べ、支配的な投球を高く評価しました。また、オーレル・ハーシュハイザー氏は山本の投球を現代野球の手本と表現し、完投は現代的な投球哲学における効率・支配の恒例ですと評しました。これらの模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
And then to watch Yamamoto just take apart Milwaukee with splitties, heaters, breaking balls, everything sharp on point. Yesterday, we did a huge skybox on Yamamoto and kind of the game plan Milwaukee could potentially have against him. They handled 95 plus. Yamamoto wasn't landing his splitter coming into this game. Well, he found it. So there was three things I want to dive in on why he was able to have a complete game and have the moment. And they lean on you. Let's go. Let's get into Yamamoto. He's a top 5 pitcher in the game. Take your pick at the top. Paul Skeens, Tarek Skubal, 50-50. Some would like the lefty, some would like the righty. And then after that, Yamamoto slotting in 3-4-5 somewhere along the line. You take a look at it. His ERA is 5th in the league. His expected ERA is 3rd in the league. The stuff he can control, fielding independent pitching, is at 2.94. That's 8th best. Opponent average and opponent OPS. That's what you got to look at. No one gets any hits off these guys. So we worry about racing to get to the bullpen in October. The Dodgers are doing the complete opposite. We're not even going to put our bullpen out there. We're just going to keep running starters out there. But I love the ability, and we're going to get into the, Kike said it in the postgame. He didn't let the first pitch to Jackson Chourio affect his night. Get me over, four-seam heater, middle away. We all wait for it, and we all wonder, is he going to swing, is he not? Well, he decides to swing, goes opposite field homer. But look at the adjustment he's able to make after Jackson Chourio takes him deep. Look at that. After that pitch, four-seam sinker, 0-0 heater was kind of off the table. He threw it 12.5% of the time. How'd he start you? Splitter 31% of the time. Curveball 44% of the time. Cutter 12.5%. So you couldn't just go up and go into ambush mode. Although it appeared, and we'll get into it, it did appear Milwaukee made a concerted effort. They were going to come out swinging because he had like 50, 60 pitches and was cruising in the 5th or 6th inning. So I thought that was interesting. We could dive in the adjustment and the ability to get right off first pitch heater. And then like William Contreras comes to the box, it's get me over breaking ball. No one's swinging at that pitch unless you're hunting it, 0-0. How about a splitty to Bryce Terang to start the AB? So he's got the ability to get ahead, multiple weapons, put you away with multiple weapons, and keep you out of the air. Starting pitcher to rank in the 85th percentile in strikeout percentage and ground ball percentage this season. 14 ground ball outs last night. He was efficient. Nays is in my ear. Blake Snell had 11 in game 1. I just want to go through it and show how he attacks, keeps the ball down. He's got all weapons, all quadrants, different variations of a heater. You see it right there. Run that back. It looks like a nothing first pitch. This is a little cutter that looks like it would be a perfect pitch for him to drop the barrel on. Four-seam heater, let me run into this and get the crowd going. No, it's a little cut fastball, little cutter up top. Watch him just take him on a ride. We'll stay inside. Then we'll throw a backdoor breaking ball. You could tell Christian's trying to process all of this. So what does he do processing? Let me stay back and see it deeper, and ends up getting jammed on 97. Mr. Durbin, get me over breaking ball, 0-0 that he lands. 96 black four-seamer in, split off it, ground ball, and it was all night long. He could just throw that little splitty, get the lefties to roll over, little choppers to Tommy Edman and Freddie Freeman. Bryce Terang, same thing. The ability to keep the ball, that's one of the best hitting yards in the entire big leagues. And you see right here, Yamamoto 2025 splitter usage. So he changed his ability to get ahead 0-0 after Churio took him deep. He has the ability to keep you in the yard and keep you on the ground. And then yesterday we were talking about he didn't have his split the first two starts of the postseason. So maybe does he go away from that? Well, he went right back to it. Look at the splitter usage. Overall, regular season, 25.4. He's using it 16.7, and then the NLCS 30.6. But versus right-handed hitters, he almost completely took the split away. Last night, it was back in vogue. Same thing against the lefties. He was using it. It was nasty for him. So he had every weapon, and we can get into it. Look at the heat maps right here. Regular season, this is hitter's perspective, Nays. You're right here. So you're a right-handed hitter. This is where the splitty's going to end up. It's fumbling out of the zone, down and in. And then it was a spray. He kind of lost it for two starts. Last night, he was able to tunnel it down and into the righties and away to the lefties. So he had it back. Want to take a look at another Christian Yelich AB and another Caleb Durbin AB and just watch the ability to throw a split for a strike right there, to get ahead with a split, throws him 4 in a row, and he just takes him on a ride. I'm never going above the hollow of your knee. I'm going to stay here until you fish at one of them. Same thing with Mr. Durbin. Get me over breaking ball, steals a strike, goes right back to it. He's got you 0-2. Watch this wiffle ball split. Whew. Unbelievable.
Let me start with this, Oral. Have you ever seen two guys dominate back-to-back playoff games the way that Blake Snell and Yamamoto did the last couple of nights?
No, it's fantastic to see what people are describing in headlines as old school baseball.
Right.
So I don't see it as old school baseball as much as I see two guys that are so efficient and so dominant that you're allowed within the culture, which is pretty much the 100-pitch culture now, that to get it done in 100 pitches and to have a guy go 8 and have a guy go 9 is a fantastic accomplishment because, you know, in my day, you're looking at, 115 to 135 is your complete game numbers that you're allowed to continue to pitch when you're effective and you've given up 2 or 3 runs, but you're going to win 5-3 and you get a CG. But in this culture, in this generation, you not only have to be dominant, you have to be efficient, and they both were super efficient.
Oral.
Makes sense.
So with that in mind, is it guys executing pitches against Shohei Ohtani, or is he just in one of those things that goes around every once in a while and he's just kind of in a fight, in a slump, whatever you want to call it, or are they just executing that well against him?
They're executing well, but if you look at a lineup and you're a manager or a pitching coach or a pitcher, you say, who is not going to beat me? Mm-hmm. And we have a lot of those guys, but our leadoff hitter is the guy that is automatically labeled that. Everybody who starts a game for the opposing team, it's all about Shohei. That's why we get lefties that are the openers or left-handed starters, as everyone, that's walking and has a heartbeat and can throw left-handed and plays for the other team is going to face him. So he has the toughest equation. And in the midst of the tough equation, they're executing pitches, and he's in a swing right now where the front side is flying open so much because he has been pounded in, and he's also had breaking balls away. Well, his approach and his pitch selection are probably not at his elite level, but he'll figure it out. And when he does, it might be the one that he might win the World Series MVP, not this MVP, but it's a tough situation once it starts to go south for a hitter and they figure out how to get you out. And remember, you're playing against the same team for possibly 5 to 7 games. Mm-hmm. So they see your weakness and they attack it in these short series, and they immediately attack his weakness the moment he comes up as the leadoff hitter.
Kirsten, there's only one question I have about the Dodgers, and I'm wondering, does Roki Sasaki have one more shot at solidifying the role as the closer of the Dodgers for the rest of October?
You know, I actually don't think that this is something that the Dodgers are questioning. For Roki Sasaki, how he has stepped into the bullpen, the confidence that he has, how he's regained the velocity. Yes, I do understand from his first outing of this postseason to the one in Milwaukee, the velo has been slowly down-ticking. He's now in that 98 range, and it's something that they are looking into. But ultimately, when they look at his outing that was in Milwaukee, they just say he really didn't have his stuff that night. They do look to continue to see him in the highest of leverage situations. But this team, the MO has been all year a closer by committee. So they're going to look to put him in situations in which it makes the most sense. So it could be as the closer, it could be facing the top of the order. It's just really what the lineup is going to look like. But for Roki, they do look at him as still, whether it's a closer or someone who is just the highest leverage arm, he is still in that conversation. And now it's fair to say that Blake Trinan is back in it as well.
What has been the difference for the Dodgers pitching this postseason?
I mean, they've been absolutely dominant, but also they've kept their pitch counts low. And the filth has been ridiculous. As far as you look at the stuff, Blake Snell, I mean, the stuff was so on. Him calling his own game and having the cheat sheet, breaking it out and being like, okay, it's 1-2. I'm going to give you the curl I got right here. I mean, can you imagine being a batter in their batter's box when a pitcher does that, which we've never seen before? And then Yamamoto. I think what impresses me the most about him is you watch Will Smith's glove, it does not move.
Yeah.
Like his precision, and you see this from Japanese pitchers a lot, but his ability to be able to hit his spots and understand exactly what he wanted to do and absolutely nail it.
But let me say this. This series is over to all Milwaukee Brewers fans. Congratulations on a great, great season. You've been wonderful. You went 6-0 against the Dodgers in the regular season, but you did it in July. Obviously, the Dodgers are a different team right now, and it's over. You're going to get swept. I believe they're going to get swept. I don't believe the Brewers are going to win the game in this series. You don't lose 2 games at home in Milwaukee and then go on the road at Chavez Ravine and you're going to beat them. I just don't see it. I understand I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Yamamoto deserves a lot of credit. You know, what is it, about 70, I forgot what it was, about 73% of his first pitches were for strikes. Give credit where credit is due. We understand that. But we also understand that the Dodgers, their superior pitching. Doggy brought up the payroll, and I get all of that. But in the end, what it comes down to go on the road, Doggy's absolutely right. You got to get that first game. That first game, you got to get it. And when you blew that game, I'm here talking with you yesterday, Jessica, and I'm like, they got to win tonight. They got to win tonight. And when Yamamoto gave up the home run, okay, the Brewers are here. They ready to fight. But then all of a sudden they got shut down, and the rest of the game they could only get 2 hits on your home turf. But you're going to go on the road and do better. I just don't see it happening. Not at all. It's not only that I think that the Dodgers are about to go to the World Series again. I think the Dodgers are going to sweep the Milwaukee Brewers. I'm bringing out the broomsticks. I'm bringing my brooms.
Is that series over, or does Milwaukee have a chance, Derek?
They're in trouble. You know, you can't say it's over. They've had the best, record in baseball. So can they win a few games in a row? Of course they can. They can get hot. We saw how this series potentially took a turn tonight. But the Dodgers are good, man. The Dodgers are good.
I think, Kevin, this is the best team in the last decade that I think Roberts has had. And I think is a perfect storm. I mean, they take the season as an appetizer, and then they take these Milwaukee and everyone in between as a main course. I mean, they're strong starting pitching. They have a great closer now. They have a better, more experienced manager. 1 through 9 that can hurt you. Oh, and by the way, Ohtani hasn't even checked in yet.
Do they also use the Cobra hitting approach?
I got to think about that one.
I'll tell you what, though. I have been at Dodger Stadium more than ever now that I don't play, watching the games. And it's kind of intimidating coming into Dodger Stadium with all those fans cheering for the Dodgers.
Yep.
When you play the Dodgers away, you need to try to take advantage. Because when you come home, you're going to feel the heat. And
Poppy, when have you ever been intimidated? Let's go back to that.
I am now watching it.
That's because you're not hitting.
Of course. But yeah, man, I mean, they had a hell of a club. And like you say, Captain, I think they are in trouble.
Well, but here's another thing to point out. If you've watched the games the last couple of days, Dave Roberts is just sitting down on the bench, leaning back, throw his starters out there, doesn't even have to go to the mound.
I mean, they're really separating themselves from the other 29 teams. they're in a class of themselves. Dodgers are.
We were talking in the green room earlier, just shooting the breeze about the game, and Poppy's like, "Who's going game 3?" We're like, "Glass down." You're like, "Oh, who's game 4?" Ohtani. Like, "Oh."
You see?
That's not easy, boy. Not easy. Brewers have their work cut out for them. We know that.